Hello and welcome to the new episode in my quest to rebuild a big box PC collection from scratch. As you may know, I have started this series with the first episode a few weeks ago, which you can find in my channel and watch it if you haven't already to find out how we will approach this collection building series. I will update every month with a new video with the best pickups of the previous calendar month. The focus will be on the best 3 to 5 items, and I will also have the unboxing of each along with a total collection update at the end of each video. You can find a lot of content about adventure games in my channel, like the full history videos about Space Quest, King's Quest, Gabriel Knight, Leisure Suit Larry, Loom, Grim Fandango and many more. You can also find a 2-hour documentary on the history of the genre with the rise and fall of the adventure games. If you like the content of my channel, please consider supporting it by subscribing and turning on the notifications for it. You can also consider supporting me by becoming a member of my YouTube channel. There is one membership tier and you will have a lot of benefits like exclusive updates on upcoming videos, you get to watch each new video earlier, you get to decide the topic of upcoming videos, and also member exclusive giveaways that will follow. Now let's continue with the second episode of this series with the pickups of May of 2022. We have some very interesting finds this month, as you will see. We begin with Simon the Sorcerer. This series of adventure games is really loved on this side of the pond as it represents not only the golden age of adventure games but also the best days of game development from the United Kingdom. This game is full of pop culture references, a quirky story and lovable characters. I am researching the full series retrospective these days and it will be coming soon to my channel. Now as for the item, this is the big box PC release of the first Simon the Sorcerer game. On the side you can find some nice in-game screenshots and on the other side you can find the game's system requirements. On the back there is a brief introduction to the game and characters. The game was developed by the British studio Adventuresoft, who began specializing in horror games and then moved to more humorous cartoony adventures to capitalize on the success of franchises like Monkey Island. The main character, Simon, was inspired mostly by the Discworld series of books by Terry Pratchett and Monkey Island's protagonist Guybrush Threepwood. In fact, the studio wanted to do a Discworld adventure game but developed their own character when they failed to secure the rights. This is a bit of a bare-bone release even for the time. It includes a small manual and the game's CD-ROM. Of course, there is an older floppy disk version of it, but the CD-ROM also offers full voice support. As you can see, the CD-ROM is in very good condition with no visible scratches or issues. Moving on, this is the official Hintbook mail order form. As discussed in my previous video, the sales of Hintbooks were big business for adventure game studios back then as they provided a good source of post-release income. Finally, this is the game's instruction manual with a couple of notes on how to install the game. On the back there are 2 ads for the Simon the Sorcerer puzzle game and pinball game. The franchise was quite successful and spawned a number of sequels. The quality of them dropped, but surprisingly a few weeks ago there was even an announcement for a new Simon the Sorcerer game titled Simon the Sorcerer Origins. It is being developed by another studio, but the people there have stated that they have been closely collaborating with the series' original creator. Hopefully we will have more on this soon. Now let's put all those back and move to our next game. In the previous episode we had the last Leisure Suit Larry game that was released by Sierra and developed by the series' original creator Al Law. That was Leisure Suit Larry Love for Sale, and this time we have the Larry collection that includes all the previous Larry games. As you can see on the cover, it includes 5 games and on the inside you can get a small description of each game in this collection. In fact, you will find Leisure Suit Larry 1 to 6, which is 5 games in total because there was never a Larry 4 released, but the numbering continued as if it existed as an inside joke. I love the Larry series and how they evolved up until Love for Sale, and I think that Al Law had done an excellent job with each game. Moving on to the package's contents, the first is the manual where you can find a summarized version of each game's original manual. Here are the contents, the introduction to the character, and as you browse you can find the covers of each Larry game. There is also a reference to an early Sierra text adventure titled Soft Porn Adventure that served as the main inspiration for the Larry series. Fun fact, this lady in the jacuzzi on the cover of that game is actually Roberta Williams, but the face of Aloy is put over hers in this version. Next, we have a couple of CD-ROMs that contain all 5 games in the enhanced VGA version with full voice support. Next up is something that was typical of the way PC games were released back then, as the distributors and studios did their best to include extras in their packages that today you can find only in expensive collector's editions. This is the official book of Leisure Suit Larry. It includes detailed information about the development of the main character and each game in the series, with a lot of anecdotes and stories from the team. What is also quite interesting is that this book includes detailed step-by-step walkthroughs of each game in the Leisure Suit Larry series with illustrations and screenshots. Excellent edition if you ask me. You get 5 games and a lot of extras in one package. If you want to know more about this beloved adventure game series, you can find the relevant full series retrospective in my channel with detailed analysis of every Leisure Suit Larry game. Next up, we have another beloved Sierra adventure game franchise. Actually, Quest for Glory games were more of a hybrid adventure game / RPG. You can also find the full history of the series in my channel, as we have a Quest for Glory retrospective video. This is the first game in the series, Quest for Glory So You Want to Be a Hero, in its VGA remake version. This series was developed by Corey and Lori Ann Cole, and the first game came out in 1989 in its original EGA version. The remake that we have here was released in 1992. On the back of the box we have some information about the creators of the series and a few information on the game along with some in-game screenshots. This game looked amazing in its VGA version back in the early 90s when I first played it. Let's go ahead and open it to see the contents of this version. I've purchased this from a collector through a dedicated Facebook group, and as you can see, the previous owner kept everything in excellent condition. There is some extra bubble wrap to protect the contents, and also the 5¼ inch floppies are also bubble wrap. This is also a really nice little bonus, the actual receipt from the original purchase of the game back in August of 1992. This game was purchased then from an Army and Air Force Exchange Service store located at the Scott Air Force Base in St. Clair County of Illinois for $23, which is today's money would have been almost $48. Great to have this in the package, to be honest. Moving on, these are the actual discs that contain the game. Quest for Glory 1 takes up 6 5¼ inch floppies. Here is another mail order form for the official hint book and an ad for ordering through Sierra's toll-free line. Next, we have a special offer for Sierra's customers who want to start a new Prodigy subscription. Prodigy was an online service from 1984 to 2001 that offered its subscribers access to a broad range of network services including news, weather, shopping, bulletin boards, games, sports, etc. Along with that, we have a flyer for Sierra's customer service where you could get technical support, hints and latest patches to your Sierra games. What we also have here is the entire catalog of Sierra's games up to the time of Quest for Glory 1's release. You can find information about the other famous franchises by Sierra like King's Quest, the Laura Bose games, Space Quest or Police Quest. Here is Jim Walsh, the original creator of Police Quest, and here we have some more Sierra IPs like the Conquest series or the Willy Beamis and Mixed Up Mother Goose games. Next, we have a booklet that resembles the one we saw in the previous episode when unboxing King's Quest VI. This contains a lot of information on the game's character types, the game world and also the relevant credits. Finally, we have the booklet of the famous Adventurers Correspondence School, a fictional school located in the game's world Silmaria. This institution is known for its guidebooks for teaching new heroes, adventurers and explorers, as is the case here with extra information about the game and setting. Excellent package overall with a lot of extras and a nice add-on having the original purchase receipt from 1992. The last game for this month is a LucasArts game, The Curse of Monkey Island. This is the third game in the series, released in 1997 as a sequel to Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge. It was developed by a different team as Tim Schafer, the original creator of the Monkey Island series, was not directly involved in it. In fact, Team Safer has returned to Monkey Island this year with the announcement of a new game titled Return to Monkey Island that is being developed by both Safer and Dave Grossman and is expected to release by the end of 2022. Back to the game at hand, as you can see on the side and back of the box, The Curse of Monkey Island took new directions in graphics and gameplay. The art was cartoon-like animation style, and the previous game's verb command and inventory menus of the famous Scam engine are replaced by a pop-up window menu and inventory chest. This game was released in a CD-ROM version with full voice support both for the characters and the narration. This is the actual CD-ROM case that contains the 2 discs of the game. Along with that, we get the game's manual. It is printed in full-color glossy paper and includes all the technical information and installation guide for the game. It also contains an explanation of the game's user interface as it deviated from the established Scam verb command system. In some parts, you also get to navigate your ship and engage in combat with it, so this gameplay is also explained here. The various pirate weapons are also mentioned in detail here along with all the keyboard hotkeys. Finally, there is also a detailed walkthrough of the first puzzle of the game available here to help new and returning players to better understand the game's interface and gameplay. As you can see, it includes all the steps you need to take to solve the game's first puzzle, which is to escape the ship's cargo hold where Guybrush is being held. Even though Team Safer was not involved in this, The Curse of Monkey Island was a very nice game and quite true to the series if you look past the change in art direction. It received numerous awards and was praised by critics upon its release. That was all for our second episode in our Big Box PC Collection series. In this video we had Simon the Sorcerer and The Curse of Monkey Island, which I got from local collectors, Leisure Suit Larry collection purchased through eBay, and Quest for Glory 1 So You Want to Be a Hero that I bought from a Big Box Collectors Facebook group. The collection after 2 months includes 7 games. We had a good start, but there is a long way ahead of us. Do not forget to watch my many retrospectives on iconic franchises like Loom, King's Quest, Space Quest, Gabriel Knight and more. You can also find my 2-hour documentary on the rise and fall of the genre. If you like the content of my channel, please consider supporting it by subscribing and turning on the notifications for it to know when a new video is up. You can also consider supporting me by becoming a member of my YouTube channel. There is one membership tier and you get a lot of benefits like exclusive updates on upcoming videos, you get to watch each new video earlier, you get to decide the topic of upcoming videos, and also member exclusive giveaways that will follow. We will have the next episode soon. Thank you all for watching.